Let's talk about hair growth and dandruff because for years I've been suffering with dandruff. I think it's like a family genetics thing, but dandruff is my biggest issue, and that's why I wanted to give you guys some tips today on how to control that and potentially get rid of it forever. And we're also going to be talking about some hair growth tips because I know it's really hard to grow your hair at a faster rate since we only grow our hair about an inch to 2 inches a month. So let's get started. So the first tip for hair growth is oil. You always want to oil your scalp because if you don't, your hair is just going to become dry and it's going to be disgusting. I know there are people who don't oil their hair and I just feel that it's just not helpful. To be honest, you can use any oil, but I prefer coconut oil. It's just because it keeps my hair soft. I know not everybody's hair works well with coconut oil. They usually use tea tree oil, which is also another one of the tips that I'll mention later on, but either one works best for me. So choose your favorite oil and just keep oiling your scalp every night. Tip number 2, water is your best friend. If you're not drinking enough water, your hair will not grow. And when I mean drinking a lot of water, I don't mean have a cup for the day and that's it. I mean like drink a lot of water because when you change your diet, your hair is likely to grow a lot faster. If you're eating healthier, drinking a lot more water, your hair is going to grow a lot faster. Tip number 3, egg whites. Egg whites are packed with protein and they help promote hair growth. So you want to use a deep conditioning mask every week when you wash your hair, or however many times you wash your hair a week. I usually do once a week just because it's healthier for you. If you wash your hair too much, it strips away your natural oils. So after you wash your hair and you deep condition, you should use egg whites because it does have iron, sulfur, and all those good things that help promote hair growth. Tip number 4 has a lot to do with my background. So growing up as a Haitian, there are a lot of herbs in our house, so you might as well just use them in your hair also. So that's what I do. You can use rosemary, you can just use any kind of herbs that really work best for your hair because they do promote a lot of hair growth and they smell nice. So you just want to keep that in mind. Tip number 5, the last tip for hair growth, you want to use aloe. And not aloe juice. I mean, if you can use aloe juice if you want, but you want to use natural aloe and just scrape it off the leaf, and it really promotes hair growth because it's so soothing and it contains a lot of, it's water based basically, so it just contains a lot of nutrients that help your hair grow a lot faster, and it soothes your hair. It also soothes your scalp, so if you have a lot of dandruff or itchiness, it soothes your scalp. So that's a good thing about aloe. It's like a double whammy right there. So that's the last tip for hair growth. So now on to dandruff, because dandruff is my biggest enemy when it comes to hair. It's always a trouble when I put on any kind of hair product, I see dandruff and it's ridiculous. So I'm just going to let you know all the stuff that I use to get rid of dandruff. So the first tip that I want to give you guys is to use apple cider vinegar. ACV. Apple cider vinegar is the best dandruff control treatment in the world. And my friend Sasha, she put me onto this method. So basically what I do is instead of using my regular normal shampoo to wash my hair every week, I use ACV to wash my hair, and I use equal parts of water and ACV because you don't want to have too much acid in your hair that could really damage your hair. So I use equal parts and I just wash my hair every week with ACV and then once a month with regular shampoo just to keep my hair really clean. That's what I do for once a month. I use my regular shampoo, but it really does work because of the acid and it kills the germs that are on your scalp. So it really helps. So tip number 2, I used in my last video for wash day, is ginger. And I put that in a part of my mask because like I said, I do have a dandruff problem and I like to use things that get rid of dandruff. So ginger is one of those things. For some reason, it just, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how it gets rid of dandruff. I just know that it does. It's been helping my hair feel cleaner, feel less flaky, and it also smells good. So just to put that in there, you want to use that with your shampoo. You can just throw it in there, use that for your mask, throw it in there. It's amazing. So tip number 3 for dandruff control is tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is very soothing and it's one of the best oils you can use for dandruff control, and it just helps to stimulate growth as well. I just want to point that out. It also stimulates growth. But what it does is when you add a couple of drops in your shampoo or just a few drops in your scalp, it relieves the itching. And so if you notice that when you have dandruff, you itch your hair a lot and you itch your scalp, which makes it a lot more drying and it irritates your scalp. So when you apply tea tree oil, it really soothes it and keeps it moisturized and gets rid of the dandruff pretty much, so you won't have to keep itching your scalp all the time. Tip number 4 would be coconut oil. It has the same effects as tea tree oil. It's not as strong because tea tree oil does help soothe itching. But coconut oil, what it does, it retains moisture. So when you have moisture on your scalp and throughout your hair, you're not going to have as much dandruff as you normally would. So when you keep oiling your scalp, you're pretty much getting rid of all the problems that you have in your scalp. And that's why I mentioned earlier, you should oil your scalp every night to not only promote hair growth, but you should also do that so you can get rid of dandruff or prevent it from getting worse. The final tip for dandruff control is garlic. And garlic is amazing because it is antimicrobial, and what basically does is kill bacteria in your scalp. Just like how ACV does the same thing with your scalp. It gets rid of bacteria. It completely kills it. So whereas ACV is acidic, garlic is antimicrobial. And pretty much, I know it smells kind of bad, and I don't know if anyone likes the smell of garlic, maybe in their food, but I don't really like the smell of garlic, period. But it does help, and you can just add that with coconut oil, or you can add it with any kind of oil that you use, or add it in your deep conditioner mask, so that way you don't necessarily have to get that strong smell in your hair, and it would get rid of it faster. So altogether you have 10 tips that help promote hair growth plus dandruff control, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope these tips are useful for you, because I know they were useful for me, and they're natural hair products, so even if they don't work, you can try something else. They're natural items that you can just get out of the store, and it's really cheap. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Thank you.